Hey there, guys, and welcome back to the Morehammer podcast, your bi-weekly podcast where we talk all things Warhammer, wargaming, and today, maybe a bit of conflict. We'll have to wait and see. I am joined by Simon, aka Hobby Waffle, and the smiley happy YouTube guy, aka 90% Geek. It's Ben, and
I'm getting
of
that on
course
a t-shirt
myself,
someday.
Wargaming Luke. It's the Three Musketeers, the trio of trouble. We're back. And all three of us, actually. It's been a while, I think, since we've had the three of us on.
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, we had you,
So
me,
I was
and...
on holiday, and then I had gnomes nicking my teeth, and then we had Ben out last week, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're back, all three of us.
Full strength.
Indeed, we have. We've got plenty to talk about today, so we're excited about that, guys. If you're new to us, or maybe if you've been listening or watching us for a while, then you can subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us over on Spotify, where we do have the video up there now as well. We've had an influx of people over there actually joining us, so good to see. So we look forward to seeing you. If not, jump into our Discord channel, guys. The link is in the description for that as well. We love chatting to you guys over there. There's always conversation around the hobby and around stuff going on with the channel, but also just what everybody's up to in the hobby. Get over there and share your updates with us, guys. We'd love to see you there. But I think we're going to jump straight into this, guys. Smiley happy guy, what's it time for?
And now the news.
Lovely
he's
stuff.
back.
He's back.
Except those substitutes.
But by the way, Ben, did you see the episode where Sly had the cold?
I did.
It actually sounded really good. It's like,
It was like Optimus Prime doing it.
I was like with Ron Burgundy there going, he stole my news!
Very funny. Very good. But yes, we will jump straight into the news for today. And the first thing we've got up actually is some couple new combat patrols, which I didn't see this coming, actually. This is pretty cool. But I think they're trying to fill out all the factions, actually, aren't they? So I suppose it makes sense. We've got Harlequins here first up. Very elite-y, no surprise there.
Mm-hmm.
So jet bikes. I can't remember what their bigger hovercraft are called for the Harlequins.
I don't know. All I can think is like
It's not the Venom, is it? That's the Dark
Venom's the Dark
Eldar.
Eldar version of the same chassis.
Skyweavers, and then you've got Voidweavers.
There
That's
we
it. And then you've got the troops, and I think it's just the
chuckling away. I can hear Ben
solitaire at the
dry
back. So yeah.
Sorry, I'm dry brushing.
Yeah, so a good mix in there if you're looking to start with some Harlequins.
I still
And
got
then
the Death Mask box on
possibly
the
one of
shelf,
the
actually. I need to
coolest
get rid of the
combat
Harlequins out of
patrols
that.
is new Krieg, Death Corps Krieg combat patrol now.
Like a whole
This is a
300
decent
points worth
combat
of
patrol.
guard.
Say again?
It's quite a decent combat patrol, that.
It's a lovely combat patrol, but it is about 300 points of a guard army.
Yeah, it is, yeah. You could easily
Well,
get
still,
like 3 or
yeah.
4 of these, couldn't you? Just to get your Krieg army going. But yeah, you've got command corps in there, you've got, I think, a commissar, you've got some of your artillery,
Riders.
some guard at the back, and Rough Riders. So yeah, not a good
Death
mix
Riders,
in
not
there.
Rough Riders. Don't forget they're
It
slightly
is,
different.
yeah, Death Riders, yeah. So yeah, a couple of cool new combat patrols there for you to pick from. If you're looking to start up either of those, let us know, guys. Be interested to know. And then the year of chaos. The year of Space Marines continues with.
It's been a year of marketing chaos.
It has. Assault Terminators. We've been saying for ages that we were expecting them to come. We
have
were
talked
saying
about this.
we thought so it was going to be for the new edition, but they're here already.
When they said Year of Chaos, they just
glory.
meant things were going to be generally chaotic as they got released.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
These are nice. I like these.
This is specifically done just to wind Psy up and like spoil his latest video.
Yeah, no, I know. I would have liked to have seen these come along when Lysander came out. So the box that he came in with the Terminators, perhaps these would have been a little bit better of a better fit, maybe. But
The Blood Angels, for me, they would have been the perfect release alongside the Blood Angels release.
oh, absolutely, yeah. I think a lot of people thought they would come along at that point, but they never did. And that Blood Angels release was extremely lackluster. I think is probably a polite word.
Safe to say, yeah.
I like these, and as I said in my own video, I think the Lightning Claws look better. I don't know what it is. I think just the poses just seem to suit the Lightning Claws a little bit better.
It's like they've taken the inspiration from the 30k lightning claws that mounted on the back of the Power Fist, rather than the ones they did when they released them kind of late 3rd, early 4th edition, when they were more like spiked knuckle dusters.
Oh yeah,
style.
This is a kind of a nice happy medium between that and the kind of classic 2nd edition metal Terminators, where they were just elongated fingernails.
Oh, Edward Scissorhands, yeah.
Yeah.
No, these are cool. I like that Sergeant. He looks particularly menacing. It's a nice kit.
Definitely better than the old ones, aren't they? So
yeah, enough bare heads as well. So if you want to go full on fresh air mode, you can do. Or you can have them all helmeted, obviously.
No, very cool. And then you got a new Ultramarines in Ancient in Terminator armor as well. Or Space Marines Ancient in general.
Because apparently we needed more Ultramarines.
Yeah, the first company Ancient. I mean, you can use it for any chapter, I suppose.
You can,
you?
Yeah.
And the other good thing as well, if you wanted to be particularly cool, there's a new Ultramarines chapter banner coming. You could no doubt kit back this and put that banner on it.
And then you got the I can't remember if we'd gone over this before. I don't think we had. We got a new battle force coming for Ultramarines.
Well, this is the Terminator battle force, isn't it? Because they don't get anything specifically Ultramarines.
Sorry, not Ultramarines. You're right. It's just
there is a separate Ultramarines one coming.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. I think that's why I'm getting confused. Actually, yeah. But yeah, Crux Terminatus they're calling this. Which, if you want a load of Terminators, this is for you.
Do you want to play the first company?
Pretty much, yeah.
I can see this being fairly expensive. I think I added it up on my video, and if you bought everything separate that's in that box, that is assuming that the Assault Terminators will be the same price as your regular guys, and the Ancient is the same price as, let's say, the Terminator Captain multi-part kit. There's £210 worth of Terminators in that box.
Yeah.
So I would expect they'll give it a decent discount, but I reckon you're still looking at Games Workshop price, the best part of 150 quid, if not more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you get it like a third-party store or something, and you get a bit of a discount on that. It then starts to come into more reasonable territory.
They'll retail it at 165, I think, and then obviously you'll get your 20% off from the likes of wherever you shop. I won't name retailers.
I'd imagine
there are many.
I won't bother picking this up. I'll just pick up the Assault Terminator separate, I think, whenever they come, because I've got most of the rest really, except for the new Terminator Ancient, but.
Well, you've got to save money up for the other battle force that's coming out.
I've got to save up money for my new house, but yeah. But we move on, and this is now Marching from a Crag. This is some new Ultramarine stuff, along with the stuff that me and you discussed last time, Si. So you got the new upgrade kit. Nice mix in there.
Mark 7 helmet in there as well.
I'll probably end up picking up a couple of these, I'd imagine. Some nice heads.
Some of those bare heads are really nice, actually.
Indeed.
No tabard. I would have liked like a little kind of, the Roman style Petrusias or something. Would have been quite nice.
Yeah.
True.
There's some nice like Ultramarine style Gladiuses in there, isn't there? Terminator chest piece, which is pretty cool as well, I suppose. I mean, I bet there's a few Blood Angels players watching tonight seething a little bit that, this has come out. But I mean, what can you do? It's nice. Rhino symbols as well for vehicle doors, I think they are.
I think so, yeah. They're good few
bits
bits
you want
in
to put
there.
Them on your vehicles, I guess.
Yeah, you can see there. Look, somebody's used them on one of the doors. But yeah, very cool. And then you got your new transfer sheet as well. The upgrade transfer sheet. Plenty.
Very similar to what they did for the Dark Angels, basically, when they did the Dark Angels Terminator upgrade set.
Some nice Tyranny Hunter transfers at the bottom there as well. Tyrannic
War. Oh yeah, the Tyranny with the bug with a line through it.
Pretty cool.
Ghostbusters style.
And then the Ultramarines are getting their own new combat patrol because they're doing it for all of the sub-factions at the moment, all of the chapters.
With a named character in it.
Tigurius.
Do you have the Tigurius model at the moment?
I do, yeah, because I painted him up earlier this year, which is really annoying. So sadly, they've brought out this combat patrol, and I could have bought this at the beginning of the year, but I've now owned all of this actually.
Content-wise, it's a bit naff for me. Though. I would have liked to have seen something different.
I thought this was quite good, really, for Ultramarines.
Blagar veterans, Reavers, and
aggressors. And 5 intercessors.
Is there intercessors in there as well?
They're at the back, yeah, 5 at the back.
Oh yeah,
it's a good mix. I thought, to be honest.
I'm not a fan of Reavers.
Okay,
Probably
fair
what's-
enough. What would you have wanted in there instead for Ultramarines?
yeah. Maybe some heavy intercessors.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, I suppose you could get either separate, couldn't you? To be fair, but you got to think about people starting out, aren't you? I suppose.
Or just bin off the five reavers and just have 10 intercessors in there.
Well, the heavy intercessors, they did that in the Imperial Fist box, didn't they?
Yeah. So get rid of the reavers then and just have 10 regular intercessors.
That's fair. But yeah, so plenty coming out for Ultramarines fans. Like I say, I'll be ready to pick up a
They
few
ain't done
bits.
yet, I don't think. I think they're
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be even more coming for this. Lots coming for the sub factions because we've seen it escalating. Before we move on to some video game updates, which is pretty cool, we did get a leak. Ben, you sent me over this to share.
Yeah, this was an interesting one that just cropped up today.
Yep.
Tomb Kings of Khemri
Ooh.
Battalion box. This literally just came out of nowhere. I'm assuming this is to tie in with the expansion Arcane Journal that's being released on pre-order at the moment, the Cetra's Fury one. But yeah, this one gets you essentially a whole bunch more skeletons if you needed more skeletons. But interestingly, it also comes with Tomb Guard, so 20 Tomb Guard, and the Necrosphinx.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That's pretty decent.
Does this add further fluff to the idea, Ben, that we might get another one or two big Tomb King model releases, new models? Because if we've got this coming as well, like, will we get a new Cetra maybe or something like that?
I think a new Cetra for Christmas would be quite nice.
Yeah.
I think.
And then
I don't think we're going to get any more.
Well.
Like, I don't think they're going to replace, for example, the Bone Giant with a new separate plastic kit or anything like that.
No, because they made a new head for it, didn't they?
They did. Well, they released an old head rather than making a new one. Technically,
Was it an
but
old
yeah,
one? Was it?
it was. It was an unreleased one. It was part of what they've
okay.
done with this. I mean, like with the extremely cross-eyed knight model was, hey, we've got these models we never released. Now's the perfect time to release them. It does beg the question whether or not they'll do a new Bretonnian battalion as well, and whether, for example, you'll get stuff like, I don't know, maybe Pegasus Knights mixed in with the Plastic Knights kits. I don't know what else you'd put into a Bretonnian one. I suppose you could put the Duke on Pegasus model in there as well. It's an interesting one to see this come out because it's the first of kind of a second wave of battalions, and it does hint that there might be something comparable coming.
For sure.
That box has been through the wars, hasn't it?
It has. Well, it's going to be smuggled out of the factory by somebody, presumably.
It's just like
I've been trying to work out what's underneath it as well, because there's something 40k related on the
It
right-hand
looks like a
side.
Blood Angels combat patrol to me.
It does, but it just says RE and then something, and I'm trying to figure out what it could be. Because I looked at the Blood Angels combat patrol, and I don't think that's what the box looks like.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough. We'll have to wait and see. But yes, pretty cool. If you're a Tomb Kings fan like myself, you got more coming, hopefully. And then something, if you guys don't mind us having a little look at, we've got.
It's extremely lovely, and I don't mind at all. Go ahead.
Yeah, very, very cool. Put it on in the background whilst we chat. New trailer popped up for
I can
gameplay
do a live
for
reaction
Dawn of
to this
War.
because I've not watched it.
Oh, well, there you go, Si. I haven't got sound on, sadly,
Hang on.
so we'll get copyright strict button.
No, it's
Oh, I was going to say, go back and put the sound on. It's awesome with the sound.
Oh, yes. Drop pods.
Yeah. No, it's awesome.
There's my
So
favourite
more of the base
magpies.
building. You get to see more of the AdMech in this trailer as well, because we haven't seen much of them yet. I've been
Oh, yeah? Cool.
finding out a lot of stuff about this from different people who've played it as well.
You got an
And,
Invicta warsuit there as well.
It looks awesome. Yes. I think it definitely looks and feels like they're bringing back the original Dawn of War, which I just love, and it looks amazing visually.
Oh, that was nice.
I love the
epic
big
punch
stompy Gorkanaut suits where you see them. And it's interesting that they've chosen, I mean, the spread of armies. So Orcs, Necrons, Space Marines, and AdMech. So you've got kind of two Imperial factions and then two Xenos. No chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah. drop pods as well, which is pretty cool because you didn't really get that in the original ones. And at last, all of the full armies as well, which is pretty cool. They show off in a second, but you see how you get the 1v1 situation.
Oh, it's fake news. Them drop pod doors don't open and close like that. They're stuck open. Don't remember.
But if you see how you get like the whatchamacallit, the one-on-one fights happening with, especially with some of the bigger stuff like the Dreadnought and the Scarab Spider at one point, Steam Spider. So they've been saying that they've created not new technology, but certainly for Dawn of War, a lot of the newer RTS games, they have this system where they have like thousands of outcomes for how two different bigger enemies can come together and fight each other, so it'll look completely different every time they fight.
That's cool.
Because there's so many different variations. So that's gonna look awesome. But no, it looks pretty great.
It does look good. One thing I did notice in that trailer then was a couple of the animations where the Dreadnoughts were lumbering forward. It looked like they copy and pasted a couple of elements. Like 2 of the Dreadnoughts were exactly the same movements, in mirror.
Oh yeah,
it's probably hopefully just like a placeholder thing because it's a trailer.
Possibly.
But
well, they do say that in the thing, work in progress kind of footage.
A
warning thing at the top.
One thing I would say is the fact we've had another gameplay trailer this early does give me hope that it might actually be earlier next year / beginning of summer maybe, because you wouldn't really start to get gameplay trailers this early, that long sort of thing, and then them say, oh, it's end of next year or something. I think sooner than later actually. But my guess is going to be Game Awards at the end of this year. We get a trailer with maybe a release date. Yeah.
If anyone would like to send Luke a beta test copy so he can talk about it enthusiastically on his channel,
I will. Yeah.
Reach out to the company.
Oh yeah, I will.
From
Yeah,
the Morehammer
I will
podcast.
for sure. I will. But yeah, very exciting.
Invite them on to talk.
that would be very cool.
That'd be
To
cool.
have them on to talk about it.
That would be very cool. We'll have to approach them and see what they say. But that is, I believe, it for news reveals we've got to chat about since the last one. Unless anybody can think about anything else. If not, we'll go into hobby updates, which Ben has a plethora of.
It might take a while.
Okay.
No, I think that's it. I think that's all of the kind of. It's been a little quiet on the news front. I mean, we've had this sudden kind of rush of Space Marine type stuff.
Which is why we've sort of planned these other bits to bring in. So it should be interesting. But Ben, if you're ready, I'll bring up your first image.
By all means.
You can take us through
Stop
what you've
my
been up to.
frantic dry brushing down here. So anyone who saw, not my current video, but my one before, I did a kind of crazy challenge previously where I did a mini a night for a month. And it was just kind of a personal challenge, and I decided to do it for Lord of the Rings, and I had a lot of fun doing it. So I decided to do it again, and I asked people, what should I do for the latest one? And I kind of offered, the old world 40k or specialist games. And everyone went specialist games, which suited me down to the ground because I've got loads of like Necromunda and Blood Bowl and other kind of stuff that needed painting. So without any particular order, this is some of the stuff I've been painting this week, which is the first week of my mini of the month. This is an Eldar Solaris light cruiser. I've dubbed it the Wraith Spider. And yeah, it's a kind of a Battlefleet Gothic ship. It's basically just kind of a floating weapons battery. It's basically like a giant floating gun in terms of how it fits into the Eldar fleet. Next photo, please. Escher Ganger. This is just kind of...
This is nice, this.
It is. The only thing I don't like about it is the face. I'm not completely happy with how the face came out. The face varied between looking like a member of the undead and looking like she was wearing too much makeup. And my frantic efforts to fix it has left her looking a little bit like a burn victim. But to be fair, that fits Necromunda. I mean, she may have just gotten too close to one of the chemical pipes and got the face full of it.
Why do you think she's dyed her hair in all sorts of crazy colours? It's to take away from her face.
I like the pink knee pads. Pink knee pads are a nice spot colour.
Yeah, well, my Eschers, they're all kind of pink, essentially pink armoured bras and pink knee pads. Bubblegum pink was kind of the theme I was going for, then just a variety of crazy hair colours.
I don't think we can follow this up, Ben.
No, you don't think we can top this? Wait, there's more. This is one of my new all-time favorites. This is my current obsession, actually. So this is obviously it's a dwarf Blood Bowl player, but this is actually one of the dwarves I got in the Dungeon Bowl box, where you've got the Shadow College and the Fire College team. So that's why he's painted up in a kind of bright oranges, reds, and got flames on his shoulder pads. But I've actually been in discussion with Morehammer sports reporter Mon Jotson over on the AKS Barnett over on the Discord, who is our resident Blood Bowl fanatic. And I think I've cooked up an idea based on having enjoyed painting this quite so much, which is I'm going to run a Blood Bowl Sevens tournament next year, which is going to be entirely the colleges of Magic. So it's going to be essentially College Bowl. So all of the kind of various players who've gotten into the colleges of Magic on a sports scholarship can't actually do any Magic, but have all gotten into play Blood Bowl. And it's going to be Blood Bowl Sevens with people making their teams on one day and painting them and then playing on Sevens on the second. So this was my little kind of dwarven Blood Bowl dude, and I really, really enjoyed painting him. This is a classic Necromunda bounty hunter. This is Nelson Judd.
Don't you mean Jim Carrey? From
No, it's Judd Nelson. No, come on.
Hot Rod from Transformers the movie.
No, it's the Breakfast Club. Got the blue denim jacket and the flannel shirt tied around his waist. Don't you forget about him. No, this is a classic Blood Bowl bounty hunter. The thing that's slightly amusing is I painted him around the same time as I painted up a squat bounty hunter for my Venators gang. And this scale is so badly off that he is actually... I mean, the hair is the only thing that makes him taller than a squat. So maybe I should have called him Logan and he could have been the Wolverine, because he is quite short. He was the first one I kicked off this week with, and I was really enjoying kind of painting this model. And then, yes, another Blood Bowl figure. It's a vampire thrower from my vampire team, Fangchester United.
I like this one.
From the Far Albion League. This is Vladid Neckham. I've had a vampire team since vampire teams came out for Blood Bowl 1, back when I was working store staff back in 20 odd years ago in Swansea, and they released in the Fanatic Mag rules for vampire Blood Bowl teams. And Undead was my first ever fantasy army, so it seemed like a really cool idea to do a vampire team. So I converted one up out of all the different vampire models that were available at the time. And then they brought this lovely new plastic team out. So this is the first one painted up in kind of a nice, it's like a kind of rough approximation of the current Manchester United kit.
Nice.
Because being a Manchester lad, they were my team. And then, yes, this is the last one of the current batch of this week. This is a Skaven Assassin. So this was the 6th edition fantasy Skaven Assassin, but I picked this dude up to be the Assassin Adept for my Mordheim warband that I actually had Thomas Pirinen help me work out what to take in that in a video I did last year. We talked about all things Skaven for Mordheim, and he kind of talked about the design aesthetic and the ideas behind them. And it was really cool. It was a really cool conversation. I'm hoping to get him back on at some point on my channel to do the same thing with like Undead maybe later. It might be a really cool one to do for October, actually. Talk to him later this month about what makes a good Undead warband for Mordheim. But I've always wanted to paint this model. He's been sat in my bits box just for a few years now, waiting to be painted. Cool. He's my favourite of the assassin models. I know they did like the ones in the older 5th edition where they had kind of weeping blades clutched in their tail and stuff. But this one and the one with the 2 daggers held up over his shoulders are my absolute favourite Skaven assassin models.
Of like the old ones, this is one of the best. Yeah, I do love the one that the warband they brought out though for Underworld.
For
some cool models in that. Yeah,
with the guy crouched on top of like the drain cover and
very
stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, that's basically made to be a Clan Eshin Mordheim warband, to be honest. But this guy's cool. I mean, he's got fighting claws as well, which are really useful in Mordheim for climbing up the scenery. So he's the only Mordheim one yet. But I also gotten distracted. And actually, this is Bertha, for anyone who's following me on Blue Sky.
This is amazing.
I started this. This is a fever dream. She's sat here next to me, staring at me right now. This started as a fever dream idea of I wanted to do a Necromunda battle report, and I said to people in the various Facebook groups and on Blue Sky, what makes a really good battle report? And various responses came in on the poll. One of the things that came up was cool scenery, and I wanted to do my corpse grinder cult, and I kind of went, well, I need a corpse grinder for that, but I don't have the money to buy 2 of the big Noctilith crown sets and combine them to make one of the kind of Darren Latham style giant circular grinders. And one of the dudes over on the Necromunda Terrain Facebook group had made a version of this using this. Essentially, it's one of the Deus Mechanicus scenery pieces just laid on its side. And he called it the MRI of death. And I thought that was a really cool idea. And I decided the MRI stands for meat rendered inside. So, yes, I just covered it in rust and skulls and put as many spare saw blades as I had on it. And then I just kept adding bits to it.
I was going to say it looks like that kind of a project, Joey. Just kept
It just kept growing. Like, literally, she's got, you know, as you can see, she's got, and it is a she, for anyone who grew up in the UK in the 1980s.
Yeah.
Bertha, she's a wonderful machine. The reason why she's green was because like she decided to call her Bertha. But yeah, she's got a Chaos Shrine bolted on the side, which I fashioned out of a bit of spare corn scenery. And then I decided to start adding skulls to it. And then it got candles appearing on it. And yeah, I'm sure as games go by, she's going to get more stuff added to her. But this was kind of just a labour of love. I've now got the finished conveyor belt here, which is just liberally slathered in corn, in blood for the blood god.
That was fun to do, though.
It was, yeah, but I was kind of just all kinds of random. I went through my bits box and went for as many random bits of like Ogre Moor tribe bits of meat, zombie bits, hands, legs, whatever I had, and just stuck them on. And yeah, it made the conveyor belt to feed Bertha. So she's going to be featuring in when I get round to. You can see me rapidly dry brushing some of the rest of the scenery. When I get round to my first ever Necromunda battle report, Bertha is going to feature prominently, and it's going to be a battle report of Corpse Grinder Cult versus Spirers. They're going to come raiding. What's some of the most dangerous prey you can hunt in the Underhive? I reckon Corpse Grinder Cult has to be pretty high up there.
If you've got room inside it and you're all right with electronics, you should get a little sound chip. And then every time someone gets killed near it, you press a button and it goes...
I didn't think about putting a light in there. I thought about, because it's got like grills on the side and stuff. She's got grills on the side.
Like red flashing lights in there or something.
Yeah, just like flashing red lights inside. I thought about but there reaches the point where it starts to get too disturbing.
Some sort of like munching sound effects. And then you can
or
just put like a little
soundtrack,
vibrating thing in there so you press it.
If they made an om nom nom sound.
Yes, you push a button and it goes om nom nom nom, and then another button and it starts playing the Bertha soundtrack.
I just have to make my own callback now because it's usually you guys with the 80s, but now with this next photo.
Were you alive for this bit?
With what bit?
The 80s. Were you alive then?
No, it was 94.
Okay.
No, when? Which is why I was about to say I'm going to make a callback to the 90s with some Robot Wars because this looks like a robot from Robot Wars all day long.
Yes. I actually, again, I was old enough. I remember I actually wanted to make a robot for Robot Wars, and in fact, my grandfather and I started sketching out designs. We had an old cast iron fireplace. We were like, cast iron, that'll be, unbreakable. Nothing will get through that. And then we looked at the weight limit.
I was just going to say, yeah. Also, the problem is nothing will shift that.
That was it. It would be some. We worked out that the engine, I say engine, it wouldn't have been a motor. It would needed to have had an actual engine to make it move around because the electric motors we could lay our hands on were not strong enough. So in the end, it didn't happen. But there was a brief period when I was going to have a Robot Wars robot that was basically like a giant, upturned cast iron fireplace with big rotary blades on the end that was just going to kind of munch things up.
What a time. But yeah,
it was an amazing show.
Now you have made one, Ben. It's here, look. There you go. And I think, Ben, unless you got any other updates?
No, that's it for now. I'm in the middle of, between dry brushing the scenery for my Necromunda board, I'm in the middle of painting today's entry, which is a lightning strike fighter for Aeronautica. So that'll be done up on my Blue Sky. By the time this video airs, that'll be up on my Blue Sky if you want to come and have a look on that. Or I'll be sharing it on the Morehammer podcast, and you can come and vote for whether or not which Mordheim model I paint tomorrow.
Very cool.
What have you guys been up to?
I will jump in briefly, and then
how are you
going
to follow that?
I'm not. I have not done too much hobbying myself. I'm still on a real burnout, to be honest, Warhammer-wise, with hobbying, but I have managed to get a game in the last couple of weeks, which was a very nice-looking table as well, I have to say, because it was my fully painted Skaven army. This was my first game with the new new season of Age of Sigmar. So they give you like the new objectives with the General's Handbook. They got the different symbols on them, which makes the gameplay quite fun. because you might have an objective that pops up and says you have to grab this specific emblem objective or whatever, the one with the dragon on it or whatever, and it can really throw a spanner into the game. But I used my full 2,000 points of Skaven mixed list. It was one of the new detachments where they get to run away if things get too close to them, which it was really good fun and I played it pretty well. It was very effective against Carl and his Soul Blights. And he used the Death Rattle army, so he's got some of his vampire wolves there.
Those are very pretty.
Rats.
I like the basing.
Yeah, this army's gorgeous. I'm really sad because I didn't get a picture of his bannerman. He's got a massive customized banner, and it's gorgeous. But yeah, his color scheme is beautiful.
Those are really. Is he on any form of the socials so we can go and take a look at his stuff?
I don't think so, but what I'll do, I'll ask him to send me some pictures, and I'll put them on Discord.
Please,
because the big banner he did for these is stunning as well. But no,
as well.
We had a lot of people coming and looking at our table because it was very. I like having a fully painted table if can help it.
That's so nice. There's some really old classic bits in there as well. The shields I can see on that.
Yeah.
Some of the 5th edition Empire shields.
But
so what's in your 2,000 point list then? You said your full 2,000 point. What is in your 2,000 list?
Because obviously, like, first half of this edition of Sigmar, I've been trying Scryer, haven't I? First Skaven, and that's what I'd kind of built. And they are just not shooting currently in Sigmar is just not a thing really. Sadly, they just can't get it to work in Sigmar. So I've kind of moved away from that, and I've gone with more just mixed Skaven. So I had like a 6 unit of Rat Ogres with their Master Molder, which was really fun because you just throw them into the thick of it. And there's a new relic that you can give the Master Molder. Well, you can give it to a Grey Seers as well, but you can... basically, it's this weird thing where you can nominate another hero, and if that hero is... whilst that hero is alive, anything within 6 inches of the Master Molder, I think it's 6, maybe more, gets like a 6-up ward. Which feel no pain, which when you've got hordes of clan rats is very effective. And if this other model that you select dies, it angers all of the clan rats and all of the rat ogres, and they get plus 2 inches to their charge for the rest of the game. So it's this really weird thing where like you can kind of choose the other model to be a model where you really want to stay alive for the battle. And that way your opponent might not choose to go for them, but at the same time it's giving them that kind of query of like, do I want to kill the model that needs to die, or do I want to not kill them because it'll give the rat ogres plus 2 charge and be very, very nasty. So it's a really fun mechanic.
It's very Skaven-y as well. You can imagine the Grey Seer going, take this.
Oh yeah.
Very precious it is.
Well,
Fully
I
expecting
think,
to get murked.
I think we didn't go into detail, but I think we spoke about it before the new General's Handbook and the new season was coming out for Sigmar. I really appreciate this time how they've put it on the app for free. They've updated every faction with new detachments, new rules, new war scrolls for certain models. I'm really impressed with what they've done, to be fair, because we always have a go at Games Workshop for different things, but on this occasion, for that, I think was really quite good, actually. And then the new detachments have been great.
We reserve the right to mock them and criticize them where appropriate.
Of course. Yeah. So no, best game of Sigmar I've had in a while. I stepped away from it for a while because we've been doing our 40k campaign, obviously. So I haven't had much time for Sigmar, but in all honesty, I was burnt out on it anyway, and some of the new rules weren't that great. But the new General's Handbook, the way secondary objectives work now, and the new detachments and things for each army seem to really have fleshed it out and made it a bit better. So, no, it was really fun.
Cool.
But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to, really. A bit of Sigmar. But Sai, what have you been up to? Because it's been you've had an interesting last weekend.
Yeah.
Also.
So not much in terms of hobbying, unless you count the last couple of days.
I think you can count the last couple of days.
Yeah, the last thing I'd actually built was the Saturnine Dreadnought when I did the magnetising video, and then I started looking at the Terminators, and I was going to do a magnetising video for them, and then I couldn't be bothered. I was like, I just don't want to build these, and it's the Horus Heresy stuff's gone back in the box for now, and I think a lot of people have done the same. But this weekend just gone was the Warlord Games Open Day. obviously, as you know from previous podcasts, I've mentioned that I've been looking forward to Konflikt 47, the new version of it. And Warlord Games had an open day on Saturday, and I went down there. And long story short, it was absolutely brilliant. So it was actually the launch day as well of the new version of Konflikt 47. I got mine on Thursday, I think it was. Mine came a little bit earlier, so I managed to unbox it, and I've done a video on that, which we'll talk about later. But for the cost of the ticket was £20, and in that 20 quid, obviously you got your entry to Warlord Games. There was a tour on the day as well that you could put yourself down for. So every half an hour they were running a tour. Started off with sitting down with John Stallard basically and asking him loads of questions. He was just sat behind his desk saying, ask away, what do you want to know? And just having a little bit of a chat about Warlord for 10 minutes or so. And then it was into the studio, and it was like the Warhammer Games days of old, Ben, which you'll remember, where everyone was sat behind long tables. You know, you had like artists were there, sculptors, painters, designers. They had books out on the desk that you could leaf through and have a look.
When you were left feeling like you were part of the hobby.
Yeah, and you could see it was nice to meet the people behind the miniatures, if you like. The people who've drawn the artwork in the rulebook were there to meet. Well, Stefan Kaminski wasn't there, but a lot of the people were there who've designed the miniatures. And then they had a display case with all the new stuff, which was great. You could have a look at that and take pictures of it. There was paint recipes that you could look at where they paint the studio paint scheme, and the studio models were there for you to pick up and have a look at and ask questions. And they were thumbing through the books and saying, this is the recipe I use for the splinter camo. Feel free to take pictures, so on and so forth. And then we went into the next bit, which was resin, how to make resin pieces for tanks and stuff like that. It was the resin pouring, the manual side of it. Met a guy, I think he was called Stu, or it might have been Andy, I can't remember. Crazy guy with a cowboy hat, really nice. Explained how the resin works. So there's two different types of resin that we use, and a pigment as well to make it a certain colour. There's different types of moulds. Some are solid almost, and some are really floppy. Hinge moulds, pouring moulds, stuff like that. They explained how it all works quickly. So it was like 10 minutes in there, maybe. Then we went into the other resin bit downstairs where they had the machines which actually cast in resin. We got to see that process working and got a miniature to take away from that. And then it was over to the metal casting area where it was explained how the metal casting works, and you could see miniatures actually being made as we were there, asking questions and stuff like that. So really quite informative. And as well as
that's really cool.
That, yeah, as well as that tour,
you got
a goodie bag which contained the event exclusive miniature, which was a full resin miniature, which was I think £10 on the website.
That's how much I've coughed up for it.
Yeah, a sprue of the new Stahltruppen, so you got 3 troops on a sprue, with all sorts of extra bits as well. There were some metal dog tags which also served as your entry ticket, if you like.
Nice.
What else did we get? On some dice as well. So yeah,
nice.
That's a really good goodie bag.
Ticket and a Konflikt 47 bag, shoulder bag.
Wow.
So yeah,
That's
really cool. And then they had loads of demo games on. Only one demo game of K47, which was, I thought, a bit of a swing and a miss.
You got to have a go?
More. But they had all sorts of other games from other companies in there. But yeah, really, really good day.
Did you get to have a go? Did you get to demo it?
No, we didn't play K47.
That's
Every time we went over, there was people just starting a game. We just timed it badly. But there was a little pizza cafe set up there that they got. They had a burger van in there doing egg bacon, burgers, chips, all that sort of jazz.
So it wasn't the full games day experience where you paid more for a burger and a slice of pizza than you paid for the entirety of it.
No, I got a bacon and egg sandwich, like on a big baguette, if you like. It wasn't a baguette; it was just like a big soft bread roll. At £5.80, but there must have been about 800 slices of bacon on it and 2 eggs. So it was
that's a proper
Paul Sawyer special.
And having gallbladder issues for the past 7 months, and it's gone now, and I can eat stuff again. It was delightful.
Glorious.
Let me tell you. Also, they had in the warehouse bit, they had loads of picnic tables set out, and they had free tea and coffee and biscuits, and a speed painting competition as well, where you'd paint a Stahltruppen in 10 minutes, and a kit bashing competition as well.
So there was the opportunity to get another Stahltruppen by painting one as well.
Yes.
Oh,
that's really cool.
That's cool. That sounds good, Si. And then what we thought we'd do, because you'd been and done this whole thing at Warlord for Konflikt 47 and whatnot, You've sent me some pictures over side that all the new
was the bag, by
releases
the
and
way.
whatnot. Oh,
That was
cool.
a free bag.
Cool.
That's not
It's
good.
got loads of stuff in
Pretty
it.
cool. You sent me the pictures over for basically the new box sets. And this is what you're on about with the new starter set, the two-sided starter
Yeah, so
set.
this is the new starter set for K47. So for anyone who really wants to see what's in the box, I've done an unboxing video on my channel and gone through all the sprues and everything. But essentially, you get in a rule book, you get in 2 squads of the new US Firefly jump infantry, so 12 in total. You get the linebacker walker, that's plastic as well. You get some terrain pieces. And then for the Axis, you get the Vogelspinner 8-legged walker for the Germans.
Spider walker!
Or the Axis. They're not the Germans, it's the Axis. And then you get 6 of the Stahltruppen, which are the heavy assault infantry, which is these guys. They're pretty much the same size as a Primaris Space Marine. And you also get 2 limited commanders for the box. So you get a resin platoon commander for the Stahltruppen, and you get a resin one for the Fireflies as well. That box is the starter box is £95 RRP from Warlord, but I mean if you was to get that from a third party retailer, you get some discount. You get all that in there, the rule book's in there as well. Excuse me.
The rule book's full
200-page
colour
rule
as well,
book.
isn't it?
Pardon?
The rule book's full colour as well, isn't it?
I can't reach it, but yeah, full colour rule book, loads of art in there. Interestingly, there are no army lists or unit entries in the rule book, and when you speak to the guys at Warlord, which we were doing on Saturday, what they said was, essentially, we want to sell the miniatures and the rules. We don't want to sell points, because we don't want to put a book out there with points in and unit entries and have to do a day one errata. He said, so all the army lists at launch are free on the website, and whenever we need to update it, we can update it live, and they'll always be free.
That's the best way to do it.
That's very, very cool.
Sell the miniatures, sell the rules, don't sell the points. I thought it was brilliant. But that is the way to do it. So you've got the rule book there.
Basically,
full colour
sorry
rule book,
to
loads of
interrupt you,
that.
Si. They're saying that everywhere else other than Games Workshop does it now.
Oh, I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
And this is the way to do it. This is the way to engage with the customers. Because at the end of the day, all you got to do is change a file. What is the point printing it all in a book and then it's wrong from day one? I mean, people have been asking GW to do this for ages. Yeah, sell the rules, sell the miniatures, just don't sell the points values. Just put them on the blooming website like they've done for Kill Team. You know, they're halfway there with that, aren't they? But yeah, these starter sets are absolutely great value, because those mechs, like that linebacker walker there, that is bigger than or on the roundabout. In fact, no, it is bigger than a new Primaris Dreadnought.
Well, I'll start cycling through them, Si.
So this next one is the US starter.
This is the US one, isn't it?
Yeah, so the starter set comes with 2 forces in the box. You get the Axis and you get the US. You get your rule book. You get order dice and rift dice, which it doesn't show you on the picture, and water slide transfers. This one, the US starter set. So you get 2 squads of the Fireflies again. You get 2 of the linebacker walkers. Now they're worth £38 each. And then you get a tank with a Tesla cannon on it as well. They're not cheap. They're part resin, part plastic. And these starter sets are 110. So if you go to the next one, Luke.
The plastic part of the tank, is that one of the bolt action tanks as well, or is it one that's specially
Yes.
designed for this?
And then you get like resin turrets and stuff like that. Now this
so
one,
it is
this
literally like
the-
you've got, if you wanted to, you could, I suppose, like magnetize the turret and use it regularly for bolt action as well.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
This is the Axis starter set, so this was also released alongside the combined starter set. So if you wanted to just go for Axis, you could get this one. So again, you get your Vogelspinner Walker, the little plastic one at the side there.
What are these mutant guys in the middle?
Yeah, you get 4 Stahltruppen there, so you get a sprue of the 3 guys, and you get another limited edition commander. You do in the US one as well. And then those mutant guys in the middle, they're the Nacht Alban. So these are like bioengineered soldiers. This is what happens when you expose humans to rift energy.
Like experiments. Right.
These are only available in this starter set to begin with. But that big walker there that you can see at the top, that Panzer Walker, that's worth £83. Now these starter sets are worth 100 because it's resin. These starter sets are £110, but with your discount, obviously you get it cheaper than that. That's a massive model. It's like this big. It's but not small at all. Think Land Raider size, if not bigger.
So you pick up this set alongside maybe the starter set for these, and you're sorted, really.
Well, yeah, or if you just wanted to do Access, you
Yeah,
could just
of
get
course.
this new Access starter, and then there's like additional add-ons you can get on there as well.
There's this set as well, ASI, that I've missed.
So this one that they've just announced today, this is the introductory set. So it doesn't have a rule book in it, but it does
I was
have
going to say, did you get the rules in this?
it has a thin down rule book, if you like, a playbook.
Okay.
Excuse me. You've got your order dice in there. You've got your rift dice and some d6. You're getting 6 of the Stahltruppen, which is exactly what you get in the starter set. 12 of the US Firefly jump infantry. 2 of the terrain sprues instead of 1. So all that in there, £42.50. That's
Wow.
mad value.
It is.
It's really
That's
that
cool.
was just announced today.
Wow.
I mean, that's almost the point where it's almost like worth, if you wanted to expand both the forces you got in the starter box, grabbing this is value for money.
I mean, fair play to Warlord. They've not always done it right in the past, in my opinion, to be honest, with introductory stuff.
They've not. But
And they've
this
done
is
a really
massive
good job
step
here.
forward. This.
And then carrying on, so you got more of the starter sets for factions.
Yeah, so just announced today actually, Wave 2. So this is the British Commonwealth starter set. So
This is cool.
those Alfreds, the AI
Automatons.
soldiers, if you like. So the British side of the Rift Energy stuff is based on, they were making computers by this point in the war, like Turing and
Yeah.
coding machines and stuff. So they've managed to make these AI soldiers. You've got the Mark 1s on the left there and the Mark 2 ones on the right, which are new. These are resin. And then at the bottom, you've got the Galahad Armoured Infantry. They're new with the limited edition platoon commander. You've got the Scout buggy thing. And then that new one in the top left is a Percival Walker. That's bigger than a Ballistus Dreadnought as well. So this is another starter set that's just come out today. All the starters are 110 quid. So this one's just been announced. That's the British Commonwealth one.
Has
I like
anybody-
the Galahad armor more than the US heavy armor at the moment. I'm hoping the US heavy armor gets an update because the Galahad is really nice. You've got the heavy armored version. So you got the Fireflies, which are the new kits, but then the heavily armored US troops are one of the older kits that was released.
They'll probably be getting an update. Yeah,
I'm hoping they get an update because the stuff they've done with these Galahad dudes, for example, are really, really cool.
Yeah, the Galahad guys look really cool. Yeah.
Has anybody watched Creature Commandos yet? The animated series.
All of it.
That's
amazing.
Exactly the robot from that GI robot.
Are you a Nazi?
Are you a Nazi? That's exactly what these remind me of. It's brilliant.
So, a brief spoiler alert here. So anybody who hasn't watched it yet, please
That
stick your
scene
fingers
is
in your ears.
amazing. If it's the one
This
I
is
think
my
of.
spoiler alert warning to you. I nearly cried when he got blown up.
I
He
know,
was
I know.
so happy.
But that scene was
He was
amazing,
so
though. Where he finally got to pop off and kill lots
They've
of
lost me,
Nazis, and then sorry, honestly, just watch it. So at least 3 episodes in, just so you can see GI Robot do his thing, is so it'll make you think of these now. These robots, it's really cool.
Go on, crack on.
But moving on, the next one, so
Yeah, so this one is the Soviet starter set that's just been released today. This one is absolutely brilliant.
Like bear.
There's a new tank in there. You got a limited edition platoon commander who's absolutely awesome, and then you've got the Moros Ghoul at the bottom there. They're basically like frozen troops, if you like. I think they've got, I can't remember what it is.
They're supposed to have like deep freeze in their veins, so they've basically been
liquid
bred
nitrogen
to
in the veins or
survive
something crazy like that. And then you've got
any
Ursus.
form of cold, but it means that they're permanently they freeze stuff when they touch them. From reading the lore on this,
Yeah. And you got the Ursus bears like in the middle there. You've got the close combat ones.
They look like Skaven rat ogres.
In the top right, I put some pictures on my Instagram of these Ursus bears, some up close pictures. They're absolutely stunning up close.
They are cool.
Then the new Walker in the top left. It doesn't look like it there, but it is huge. I think it's called the Morot Walker or something like that. I can't quite remember the name of it.
the Frozen dudes. When I saw your picture of them, my brain went. They look a lot like Rogue Trooper from like. It's the blue skin and the armor helmet.
Yeah,
They've got that kind of Rogue Trooper look to them.
The Walker is called the DM40 Molot Medium Walker. Yeah, very cool.
Molot as in Molotov.
Yeah.
It looks like the heavy sentinels that Solar Auxilia just got for Heresy.
It does, but better.
No, yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, so all these starter sets come with like a limited edition platoon commander as well, which is quite cool. And then we've got the Japanese one. So you've
the
got
last
the
The Tau, you
Samurai Scorpion Walker in the top right. That's pretty big as well.
Yeah.
You've got the tank. I can't remember what that's called. Then you've got the armored infantry in the middle, and then on the bottom left there, you've got the ghost infantry. It's like one of their abilities. If you exhaust your rift dice on them, they can just redeploy anywhere you want. You just pick them up and put them somewhere else. They're like stealth infantry, hence the name Ghost. Then you've got like a limited edition platoon commander there as well. If you go on the Warlord website, there's close-up pictures of each one, but these are stunning as well.
Yeah, it's cool. How you've got to paint these in like the dark red samurai though, like the maroon colour.
Like Shogun style.
I think this army would look awesome.
But I've got some pictures of these on my Instagram as well if you wanted to have a look. But that Scorpion Walker, that Samurai Walker is huge as well.
And that's resin, I'm assuming, again.
The Scorpion tank.
Yes, most of this is resin, yeah.
I looked at the Japanese guys and I was like, they've painted them in the original colour scheme for Tau. And I do wonder, especially the helmets on the Ghost
Was it
goes.
Montcar? I can't remember.
Whatever the colour scheme. I did wonder if it was intentional, given how many of the guys at Warlord who have worked on, like Andy Chambers, Gav Thorpe, they're all the guys who were responsible for like 40K.
Rick Priestley was there at weekend, yeah. So
It was based on
Alessio
anime
was there
and
as
mechs,
well.
wasn't it? So
Yeah.
But no, very, very cool, I must admit. I hope it does well for them, because they've clearly put a lot of effort into this, yeah.
We were talking to the guys who were making resin, and they were saying that they normally do X amount an hour. Let's say they were doing 20 an hour. I can't remember the actual figures he used, but they'd probably do 20 pulls an hour. They're having to get extra people in because they were doing, like, let's say 150 an hour or something like that. The production rate for Konflikt 47 is insane because of the demand.
I think Games Workshop might be in trouble here. I think it might well be.
I put a little title on my video saying, should Games Workshop be worried on my starter set unboxing? And somebody posted a comment saying, I don't think Games Workshop has anything to be worried about here, lol. And I almost replied, I thought, no, I won't. Because I was going to put, no, not in the short term. Of course not. They make quality miniatures that are stunning.
They do.
You can't argue with those sort of comments.
What Games Workshop are doing is not sustainable long term.
No.
To keep cranking out everything the way they've done it since 1989, it's just not sustainable because people are getting a bit wise now and people are getting a bit fed up now of books coming out, and after 10 minutes, by the time you've got the bus home, the bloody thing's invalid.
Yeah.
But also, compare the price value from like the stuff you're showing there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Compare the price value, especially for like resin miniatures.
Resin minis. Look at Lady Malice that's just been released. £29.50 for
And
that
she's
one
plastic.
plastic miniature. I mean, at least Dick Turpin wore a mask, for God's sake. That's just ridiculous.
But yeah, the quality of the sculpts, the quality of the lore, the rules writing, and the price point. They are all very... I say this as I'm sat here painting a tiny Games Workshop plane. They are all very, very attractive. I'm almost certainly getting myself a US force.
Yeah, you look at where
now.
Warlord were 5 years ago, and some of the stuff was not great. But you look at where they are now, and what they're putting into place. Eventually, people are going to catch up.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, they're putting the community engagement in. I mean, you look at some of the like games conventions and stuff that they go to, and they put all of their talent out there to meet people. Like you can literally sit down, like you've just described, at the open day and talk to all the guys responsible for making it. You can talk to all the kind of the guys making the models themselves, the guys casting it.
Yeah,
and the days when you could do that with Games Workshop are long gone. Games Workshop are trying to kind of anonymize a lot of it. You know, who made this miniature? We don't know.
Yeah,
who wrote the rules for this?
Konflikt 47 into YouTube now, you can see people from Warlord on other people's channels having a chat. Because they've invited them on and said, can you come and talk about Konflikt 47? They're like, yeah, sure, of course we can. This is what we want to do. This is where the narrative's going, which, by the way, is going to be very interesting because they're having an ongoing narrative. I should have mentioned this. So at the minute, if you're not familiar with the lore of Konflikt 47, I'll just do it very quickly because Luke's getting impatient.
Nearly his bedtime.
The rifts, Weird World War, rifts opened up, and that's what gives them access to all this crazy science and technology. So the original rift is in America from the Los Alamos test of the atomic bomb. It opened up a rift, messages from the other side, blah, blah, blah. They bombed Dresden, and then there was another rift. That's where the Axis got their super stuff from. The Empire of Japan, the Soviet bloc, and the British all want their own rift. And this first story narrative apparently is going to end with a cataclysmic event. So that'll be interesting to see what happens there.
Some of the stuff that I'd read as well was suggestions that, yes, there's rift energy coming out of the rifts, but there's also messages coming out of the rifts. Like there is something on the other side of the rift, and I'm desperately hoping
breakthroughs
for something to break through
from the messages from.
And that's going to be so cool. Like, you know, if they'll have, you know, some kind of, I don't know, like Cthulhu invasion or Stranger Things kind of ask element to it, that would be so cool.
Yeah, something's happening. But yeah, interesting times, and
I love a good Weird War story.
Konflikt 47, check it out.
Definitely.
All I was going to say was, just to add to it, is that just the reason I've been wanting to expand on my armies this year for Warhammer rather than have new armies is that reason, just because it is becoming too expensive. And like you say, the amount of updates each army gets now so frequently, I can't afford to do it. It's just, and don't have the time to do it, so it's pointless too. It's ridiculous.
A load of the bolt action kits, like the regular infantry and stuff, they can all be used with Konflikt 47 as well, can't they? Because I was looking again at the US when I downloaded the US list, and they've got rifle brigades that are basically group collective nouns for general infantry, marines, rangers, all of that stuff.
The only thing I would say, and this is something that Warlord said to me at weekend, was if you turn up with a 1,500 point army against someone else with a 1,500 point army, and they've got all rift units, and you've got, say, 60% rift units and 40% regular units, it's going to be quite unbalanced.
Yeah.
But they still have their uses. Regular bolt action units, you can take them, and they still have the uses like holding objectives and stuff like that, or, a screen. You can use them as cannon fodder or whatever.
A lot of their game systems have always been like that, though. Like if you turn up with a list full of tanks or something against a list with just infantry or something, it's gonna be imbalanced. But like that's why I think they've, like you said, Si, they've put these lists straight away up there that you can use from these starter sets. So it's almost meant to be like starter set versus starter set sort of thing, which is great. I think you should. I always say with Warhammer anyway, I hate taking or playing against lists that are all the same thing. I think variety's, the way to go. It's more fun.
You can buy, again, looking at the lists, as I was playing around with the lists earlier today, because you can get them for free on the website. And even if you take the regular infantry stuff, like I say, because I really like some of the models that they do for bolt action, like the Rangers, for example, you can then upgrade them with Rift weapons, though. There is the option to pay the points cost to equip the basic infantry with Rift weaponry, which if you've got like a Firefly kit or something, you've got some spare guns, you can then just put those on the regular bolt action troops. Yeah,
I don't know if I've got my notes, but the Firefly sprue comes with like 12 different of M1X Tesla Thompson submachine guns, so you've got enough weapons to put on extra, if you like. And if you get the Wednesday War Games Illustrated, the October edition is out on Wednesday. You either get a free sprue of US Fireflies or a free sprue of Stahltruppen on the front of it. So
I already have it planned in my diary to go down and try and pick a copy up, because I didn't realise that it was. I thought it was just the Stahltruppen that they were putting on the War Games Illustrated this month. But yeah, I've got that penciled in my diary to go and pick up. I really want to.
I've already got mine, dudes. Because my friend Simon is a Warlord rep, so he can get stuff from Warlord. And they had the magazine on sale on Saturday at the open day. But because I'd already got one and they were there, I didn't want to take one and deny someone else getting one, if you know what I mean. I didn't want to be a dick, for want of a better phrase. So I thought, well, I've already got one, and I've just got a free sprue in the goodie bag of Stahltruppen, so I'll leave it. And if I spot one in Tesco, I'll get one. But other than that,
that's pretty cool.
No, it was good to hear about, Si, and let us know, guys, in the comments, or jump into our Discord and chat to us about Konflikt 47. Are you getting involved? Does the fact that it is at that lower price point excite you and make you want to get involved? We'd like to have these conversations and see what you guys think. And if you are jumping in, what faction is what faction are you thinking about?
You can feel the undead soldiers as well. It's brilliant. They get back up.
I've seen
They're horrific.
I do quite like the idea of doing some of the Alfred robots, but like modelling them up as all the guys from Dad's army. Captain Mannering robot, Sergeant Corporal Pike robot.
Because have they got?
What is your designation?
Don't tell him, Pike.
Yes. What is your designation? Do not download to him, Pike.
Yeah, sorry, you've got to watch Creature Commandos now just so you can see GI Robot. He's hilarious.
Fair enough.
And
Or
also,
just Google GI Robot on YouTube and I'm sure you'll find him.
This is my era, but I hope they do a mode, purely free release for like a Nazi Zombies mode. That'd be hilarious, like a survival mode.
Yeah.
That'd be good fun. But I think that will finish us up for this week. Si, what you got? You want to show something off?
He's fishing in the book.
Go on, okay. All right, I'll start with you, Ben. Before we go, where can people find you?
That's some of the artwork in the rule, but you just reminded me of your outfits.
Oh, okay. They look like the Necromunda
Ashwaste dudes.
Ashwaste guys, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
People can find me over on my own channel, 90% Geek. You can also find me on Blue Sky, on the Instagram, and on the Morehammer Discord. So, come and check out all the random stuff that I'm painting. I've almost finished painting this Lightning Strike Fighter. You can come and see the finished thing over on there. Awesome. I will have a new video, hopefully, fingers crossed, up as long as the weather plays ball later this week. Or you can come and watch me jabber on about Mordheim in my latest video when I explain all about how to play the game. Yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Yeah, your latest video, by the way, where you equated searching for weird stone to giving somebody depleted uranium had me in stitches.
Depleted uranium crisps. I mean, that's literally. This isn't warp stone. No. This is weird stone. It's it's like new Coke. It's an entirely different flavour.
I had a mouthful of tea when you actually, as you said that in the video. I had a mouthful of tea and spattered everywhere. You idiot.
And
excellent.
Si, what about you?
Yeah, you can find me on my own channel at Hobby Waffle on YouTube. So I've just done a big unboxing video for the Konflikt 47 starter set. So if you want to see what's in the box and what the sprues look like and so on, go and have a look at that. And also you can find me on Blue Sky, Instagram, and on Reddit as well. On my Instagram at the minute, I've put some pictures from the open day as well, so you can go and have a toot at that if you would. So
I'm going to go and have a look at that.
Be so kind. And I'm on the Discord as usual.
Nice.
Sweet.
I'll be the same. I'll be in the Discord, guys, and over on Blue Sky. Check me out over there whenever I'm posting updates. I've been quite into my video games at the moment, given my Warhammer burnout. So also I put my own first video on the channel for a while. So the basically why you should pick up a Steam Deck if you're a Warhammer fan, because there are so many good Warhammer video games that run really, really well on it if you want to play on handheld. So check that one out if you want to have a little nose at that, and if you're interested, maybe. But otherwise, until next time, guys, happy wargaming and stay safe out there. Bye bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.